Hi guys, and welcome back to Chengi's World. I'm so glad to have you back, guys. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share, hey, and join me on Instagram and Facebook. So today in Chengi's World, I'm Chengi and this is my world and you guys are my world. Okay, so if you want to be a part of this party and be a part of my world so that we can get to know one another and I can help you with your love, relationship issues, then y'all need to subscribe, press the bell, and make sure you leave a comment. Hey, saying, hey Chengi, what's up? Okay, so guys, thank you so much for joining me. For those of you who are coming back, you know I love you. You know I do. You guys are just the best. I got the best subscribers in the whole entire planet. It's just that simple, okay? And you guys are it. So, right, so today's video is about how to let a man be a man, okay? And why that really matters. I watch a lot of programs on television. I don't watch television much, but anything to do with relationships is my bag. Of course, it's my bag. It's what I do. It's what I love. It's what interests me. Human behavior and dynamics is just my thing, right? Especially when it comes to love, romance, and just relating to one another. And there's a sort of growing trend, really, whereby, you know, women are starting to be like men and expecting men to be like them. And it's all these doctrines that are fed into our minds. And what they do, you know, I'm a results focused person. I'm very results orientated. I always look at the outcomes of a thought process. I always think, okay, women who think this way, what are the outcomes and what are the results? The ones that I follow people with the outcomes and the results. I think, okay, that's a good outcome. Now I follow the thought process. So I'm always asking questions. I beg your pardon. If you know me or around me long enough, you will always have me firing questions at you, not in a way that is curious, because I'm always interested in what produces this result. And what I have learned is that the 21st century kind of software that we're downloading into our minds is really creating for us the thing that we want the least. And what has happened is we're not allowing men to be men anymore. And my plea to you is let a man be a man. And so what are some of the 5 things that I've observed? There might be more that are really essential to letting him be a man. You are not using him. You are not abusing him. You are not being weak. You're not being frail and vulnerable. Men know something, girls, that we don't think they know. They know that we're smart. They do. And some of the guys are afraid of the fact that we're so smart. Men are not oblivious to the fact that we are smart, that we are strong, that we are capable. They are not oblivious. Trust me. They might act as if they are, but they know that women are just these powerful beings. They know that, to be fair, when no one is watching, they know that we don't even need them. They do. And not only do they know that, they are very aware of it. And more so in the 21st century because we shove it down their throat. We don't need you, fella. We don't need you. We don't need you. And then we want him to be romantic and call us and make us feel like a woman and make us feel special. It's the same woman that is out there doing, I don't need you, I can do for myself, I can live for myself, from myself.com, I don't need you, but I want you to be romantic. When you kill his masculine energy and you still expect him to treat you a certain kind of way, that's unfair. Right? Now, one of the things that I love is, you know, Christ talks about he was a meek. And I remember asking myself, what is a meek spirit? What is that? Is that subservientness? Because as you guys know, if you follow my blog on WordPress, guys, Chengi's World, WordPress, on WordPress, I write some blogs. For those of you who are asking for some written blogs, I'm writing on there as well. Content that I probably wouldn't do videos on. So I just did a blog on there called I love, honor, and submit, and just my issues with submission and all that kind of stuff that you guys can watch and what I've learned and can go ahead and read, and I'll put the link in the description box. Let's remember to do that, Chengi. Okay, so basically, if you've been following my written blog, if you're following me on Instagram and Facebook, you will know when I upload one of those and where to go, because the link is all on my Instagram and it's all on my Facebook, so you can go and check out all my social media platforms as they're on there. But as I was sort of going through the whole kind of the idea of meekness, somebody explained to me, and they're like, Chengi, Christ was meek, meaning he had all the power in the world to do anything he wanted, but he allowed himself to operate as a man on the face of the earth. To have power is not to abuse it or to use it. Just because you can doesn't mean you must. Just because I can make you feel stupid doesn't mean that I must make you feel stupid. Just because I'm smarter than you, cleverer than you, faster than you, doesn't mean that I have to show you that. Sometimes I have to lose a race or two. We do that with our kids. If you're constantly playing a game with them and you're constantly winning, you kill their spirit. Sometimes you have to deliberately lose a game so that they feel like they have hope, they have a chance, because you're building up their character. You're not lying to them, but you're building up their character that, you know what, I'm a hard person to beat, but you can do it. You can do it. At some point, we have to hold back our strength, not because we are trying to dumb down ourselves. We're not trying to dumb down ourselves. That's not the same thing. I don't have a brain. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about positioning yourself where you can honor his strengths, honor his enhancements that you just don't have in the same measure, and allow him to be a man in certain kind of way. So I'm just going to explore 5 things that sort of come to mind and are particularly important. Is number 1, let him pursue you. It is a masculine man has joy in pursuing a woman. Feminine guys, not so much. They like to be pursued. Now, just because he's a masculine doesn't mean that he's not necessarily going to be shy and a little bit, scared of approaching you. And that's a different video where we can talk about how you can make an approach man or open the door for him to know that you are available. But ultimately, he wants to pursue you. He wants to be the one to call you and feel like he's chasing you. And we're in an age now where we chase men so standardly. Like, we chase men standardly. We make the first call, we make and we don't want to play games. It's not about playing games. It's about sitting back in your feminine energy and letting him come to you. Because the reality of it is, everything about us is receptive. Our bodies are created to be receptive. And when we're in our feminine, we're in our receptive state. A man wants to come and find receptivity, not a woman who's gunning for him and going for him and chasing him and all of that. So we need to, number 1, let him be the man and let him chase you at the pace that is working for him. Sometimes we want a man to chase us at 100 miles an hour, right? If he's not chasing us at 100 miles an hour, then he ain't serious. Now, if he's not chasing you at the level that you want, then just don't entertain him. Close off. Don't be receptive. But if you know that he is doing what is comfortable with you, you could ask for more, but let him come to you. Bring that man into your space. Allow him into your space. And when he comes, keep that space open. That is if you're interested, of course. So we really need to stop the chasing culture, because it takes away the man's strength. It takes away his masculinity, because him chasing and pursuing and hunting down what he wants is part of how he establishes a man, understands himself as a man. So stop chasing, guys. Number 2, let him provide. Let him pay for the date. Stop reaching into your bag and trying to pay for everything. Now, does he have to pay for absolutely everything all the time? Well, no. But he must pay most of the time. Allow him to. I was watching Steve Harvey's show, and these guys were like, but we want to provide. We want to pay for the date. We want to. And these young millennials, in their 20s, of course, were like, no, I want to pay half as well, because I just feel like it's fair. And I just thought, but these are masculine men. This is how they value themselves. This is how they feel like men. You have to understand that men have to do good to feel good. We have to feel good to do good. They have to do something for you, and it makes them feel good. It makes them feel valuable. And one of the biggest cries of men in the 21st century is they just want a woman who makes them feel needed. I remember every time I meet guys, they're like, gosh, you really make me feel like a man. It's something that always comes out of most of the guys that I date. It's like, gosh, you make me feel like a man. And that's only because I let them be the man. I let them pay. It's not because I'm broke and I can't pay for dinner, or that I'm even trying to, have a good experience on their back. It's not my spirit. But I understand that It's important for you to do something for me that makes me receptive. It doesn't mean that I feel therefore that I need to shag you at the end of the night or we need to go home together. I feel no such pressure, right? Because a real gentleman is not going to ever pay for something and expect you to do anything. And if you do, you're never going to see me again because they ain't got that kind of party. But I'm not trying to use anyone, but I'm allowing that guy to be a man, and they love it. They love it. I mean, if you are meeting guys who do not like paying for dates, you need to come into Chengi's World, subscribe, comment. In fact, you need to get on my coaching program, Get the Ring. Okay, that's what you need to do, because your life is a mess. If you're meeting guys who expect you to dip into your pocket every time, girl, you are not high value. You need to talk to me, right? Talk to me, right? You need to send me that email. We need to sort this out, right? Because a real man, real men, grown men, mature men, masculine men need to pay. They need to pay for you. They feel like it's the one thing that they can do. They feel like a man. They've got swagger. It makes them feel good, right? When they're like, okay, yeah, I bought those tickets and, let's go for dinner. And when the bill comes, they reach into their pocket and they pay for dinner. And, it makes them feel good. I can tell that even a man, the whole swagger around him is just like, he's just, yeah. Now, some guys will expect something for doing that. But it doesn't mean that you have to give it to them. If you're a woman who conducts yourself in a certain kind of way, they'll kind of know ain't that kind of party, okay? And most guys will respect it. And those who don't respect it will never see you again, in which case you know that he's not your guy, so you got to keep that moving, okay? So let him pay, okay? Let him lead and let him provide, because this is how he can provide right now. He's not paying your rent. He's not paying your bills. He's just paying for dinner. Let's keep it real, okay? This is not him taking over your world, all right? He's just paying for movies. He's paying for your entertainment. And that doesn't mean that he's always doing it. You can treat him to something occasionally now and again, something that he really, really likes. Buy him a present, something that he really, really likes. Buy him a book that he's interested in. You can still give back. But let him be the man. Let him take care of business. Okay? Right. So, and let him help you. One of the things is, we're so adamant on our strength. I don't need a man. You know what? I'm one of those women who are like, look, I can move my own furniture, but when there's a man around, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. Yeah, I can do a lot of things by myself. But when there's a man around, why should I? Why should I? Why should I break my back trying to move furniture when there's a guy who can just do it with his strength and do it quicker and better and not break his back? Why should I do it? When I'm around men love being around me. They absolutely love being around me. Guy friends, any kind of man just loves to be around me because I make them feel needed. Even at work, I'm like, oh, my car needs oil and I don't know I don't even know where it goes. Of course I know where it goes, but they feel good. I'll put the oil in for you, Chengi, and they get their hands dirty and they come and say everything is all right now, it's sorted. I'm like, oh, thank you. What would I do? And I have guys that come to me and they're like, so have you? I'm like, I'm just a girl. Okay. I am enjoying my femininity. I love it. Why should I get my hands dirty and have oil all over my hands when a guy's quite happy to do it? Why would I take that away from him? Right? Why would I do that? And I don't understand this 21st century. I can do this for myself. What are you proving? By the way, explain to me what you're proving. I don't know. What are you proving? To who? Because nobody cares. Okay? Nobody cares that you can move half a ton by yourself. Isn't it lovely? It's wonderful. So what? Right? Why have a dog and bark yourself is my principle in life. For a man to carry some of the stuff that I have to carry, it's easier for them. They've got the muscle, they're built stronger, they just can. Right? I have to exert a lot of energy and I don't want to. I want to use my energy to think of fun things to do. I want to use my energy for things that make us both happy and to make life fun. Because that's my job. That's my role in his life. To be supportive, to be loyal, and to be fun. And to bring the fun element, to bring the joy element into his life. That's my job. And that's where I want to use my strength, right? Not changing tires, putting oil in my whatever. I can do it, but why should I? I will do it if there's no man to do it. Girl, I am not getting stranded. I'm going to do it. But if there's a man there, I'm not doing it. Okay? I might help him. Do you want me to pass you the spanner? I love it. And so should you. Okay, let him be a man. Let him, those few moments that he can. You probably earn more than him. You probably are stronger than him. You probably go to the gym more than him. You probably have stronger arms than him. But for goodness sakes, girl. Okay. Now, another thing that you're going to be like, Chengi, I can't do it. I know how you feel, because I was like, I can't. Let him teach you something. It doesn't have to be something academic. It doesn't have to be something intellectual. Okay, some guys are totally nauseating. Like, you know, I have guys who try and teach me what I know. Like, things like, I don't know. Like, I know that. I wasn't born yesterday, right? And it's really very annoying. But I do like it when a guy teaches me something that is in his world that I don't understand. You know, you're a doctor, so therefore you can teach me something medical, and I can be actually genuinely interested. I want to learn, right? There's some things that you can learn. You can't tell me that your man has nothing that he can teach you. You can't tell me that. I won't believe that for a second. There must be something he can teach you, okay? And something that you're interested in learning. And if you're not interested in learning anything from him, then he's not your guy. That's the truth. If everything about your man bores you to tears, he is not your man. There must be something that he can teach you. Let him teach you. Stop trying to remind him that you're smart and you're educated and you know what you're doing and Just let him be the man. Let him teach you something. It makes him feel good. It makes him feel valuable. It makes him feel needed. And last but not least, let him have some space. Now, that happens to be my favorite one, because I really don't like to let men have this space. I feel like I'm this space. How many of us? Put amen in the comment section if you feel like you are all the space a man needs. Okay? Put amen. Amen. Let's keep it real. I do struggle with giving men this space, because I feel like I'm all the space you're never gonna need. I mean, I'm fun, I'm bubbly, I'm amazing, I'm great. So why you need space for? Okay. But you need to let men have this space, because that is how they recharge their batteries. Letting them have their space. Now, men, I've done a video on how you take your space. If you let that girl know and you let her know in advance, then you can take your space. So these are just 5. I'm sure there are many more that I can talk to you about. They're just are small gestures to letting a man be a man and have some space and feel needed. Because a man feels like a man when he is needed. And the whole I don't need you, all the women independent thing is wonderful, but it ain't getting anybody happy. It's not keeping marriages going, and it's certainly not getting the ring on your finger if that is your mission in life, okay? So we need to discard some of the masculine energy that we take for granted, the doctrines that are put in our heads, and just allow ourselves to sit back in our feminine and truly find that masculine man who can be everything that we want and need as women, to feel cherished and to feel that we're protected and that we're provided for and that we are happily in our feminine, not oppressed, not controlled, but truly taken care of. Okay, you need to give a little. Okay, we need to let go and release some of these things these points that we need to make, because relationships are not about point making. Relationships about relating and enjoying one another's company and not making a point at every single turn. And if you can deal with these things, even if you're at the dating phase of your relationship, your energy will read differently and you'll begin to attract masculine men. If you find that you're dating guys that are kind of very feminine, that kind of like your go-getter, you're going to have to be the man in that relationship. But if you are really serious and you're like, I really want a masculine man, then you're going to have to surrender some things. Okay? You're just going to let them go. Can you do that? Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Can you just let him be a man? Just let him be a man. Okay. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on Instagram and Facebook. Make sure you leave a comment. Say amen if you're as bad as I am. Okay guys, I love you lots. Take care of you. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on my next video. Love you. Mwah.